Hey glam dolls, welcome back to our channel. I hope you guys are fabulous today. I know I am because it is Mother's Day and I am one blessed mother. I get to celebrate being Devin and Daniel's mommy, and they gave me one of the greatest titles I've ever gotten any job in my lifetime. So I am one blessed mom, and I want to say thank you to God for making me their mother. I am just so blessed. I can't even tell you. And my hubby and my kids do a great job, not only today, but every day, making me feel like the luckiest mom and woman in the world. So I love my boys, all of them, my hubby, my boys. Oh, I'm a lucky woman. So happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there, and I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. This is the one day that we get to celebrate you and all the hard work you guys do. We are super moms and we make this world turn. All right, glam dolls, so it's time to turn up today, and since the heat is turning up, we are going to show you how to get a glam look that is sweat proof, waterproof, sex proof, any proof, like 100 proof, basically. We are going to make sure that when we are out and about in the summer with this heat, especially where I live in the Central Valley in California, where it gets over 110 degrees during the summer. I die, literally die in this heat. So I had to learn to customize my makeup routine to be able to withstand the heat. So I'm going to show you not only high-end makeup, but also drugstore makeup. I'm going to give you guys options for high-end and drugstore options for obtaining a sweat-proof, bulletproof, waterproof makeup routine. Okay, you guys, so stay tuned and let's get into the look. Okay, dolls, so I know I look a little scary right now, and please forgive the dirty-ass headband. It is well-loved. I am going in with a moisturizer, but this moisturizer is a total defense one. You want a moisturizer that has SPF in it, or you're going to have to use an SPF plus a moisturizer. I prefer one that has sunscreen in it. So if there's one word of advice that I can give to you youngsters out there, take good care of your skin. Always use an SPF, even in the winter time, you guys. Always use an SPF. I can't stress it enough. Okay, so now we've got just a little bit more prep to do before our skin is summer ready to go out into the sun and not have it melt off. I'm going to show you different options on if you want to use high-end or drugstore. This can be achieved on any budget, really. So for the summertime, what I just do is I use a primer spray or some kind of setting spray that is going to actually cause my makeup to stick to it a lot better, and I'm really religious about this. So what I used to use was the Urban Decay Quick Fix, but they just came out this year with the Rebound, and I really like the Rebound a lot better for a priming spray because it really is tacky, but it also pumps moisture into your skin without being too how do I say, oily. Like, it doesn't cause my skin to start spewing oil. You know what I mean? I hope you guys know what I mean, because makes sense up here. So okay, so I know the Urban Decay Rebound Spray can be very expensive, and I want to say it retails for $32 or $34. So another option with a drugstore price is using one of the Mario Badescu sprays. These will pump moisture into your face and kind of just prep your skin a little bit more for makeup to go on top. And they have bottles that are like $7, no more than $10 for sure. The bigger bottles I think are $10 or $12. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my Urban Decay Rebound priming spray, and I just soak my face in it, like literally just soak it, and it smells so yummy, by the way. and we're gonna let this dry on there and get a little bit tacky. All right, so I've got a couple of options for you guys for foundations. I did do a high-end and a drugstore as far as what is going to hold up for sure in summertime heat. Now, mind you, I live in the Central Valley in California, like I said, and it gets really hot. I'm talking like 110 plus, okay? So if I can make these work in our heat, it will work for you guys. I'm almost 100% guaranteeing it, okay? So one of the foundations that I tried, I just tested out for you guys a couple of days ago, and I tested it a few days before and after, and it makes it flawlessly through the Fresno heat. So that one is the Dior Forever Undercover 24-hour full coverage foundation. Gosh, that is such a mouthful to say every time I have to say it. But this one really is my favorite, you guys. It is not heavy at all, and it packs a punch. If you want full coverage that's going to stay on your face and just give you a mask, you won't be able to see a single blemish on your face, this is the one. It retails, though, for $52. Crazy expensive, I know. At least it's not La Mer or something like that. So it's still obtainable, but I do have drugstore options for you as well that pack the same punch for much less of a price tag. The drugstore options you have is the L'Oreal Pro Series, okay? You either have the L'Oreal Pro Glow if you want more luminosity that's going to stay put, or the L'Oreal Pro Matte. I personally like to mix the two. This one's a little bit more full coverage. This one is a medium coverage, but they are both fan-freaking-tastic. As a matter of fact, I mix these in with my other foundations just to give a little more longevity to my other ones, and this is by far my favorite. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and say it. This is, like, this line is in my top 3 favorite foundations. I want to say you can find them usually for about $12, $13. They're well worth it. You only need a tiny amount and they will cover everything up, and they are supposed to last 24 hours. I don't know if they really last 24 hours, but they definitely last through the heat. I wore them a lot last summer and they're amazing. But for today, I am going to go in with my Dior because I just love it so much. It's my favorite. Okay, so we're gonna blend this baby out with a beauty blender. This is really gonna help us push it into the skin. I know this foundation can seem really like a lot for summertime, and if you want something a little more natural, I recommend doing the L'Oreal Pro Glow. It's medium, but you can actually blend that one out to light coverage, and that is really going to be the best option for somebody who doesn't want as much full coverage, heavy makeup as I do. But to be honest, I promise you, this Dior foundation looks really heavy, but it is not at all. It is probably one of the most lightweight full coverage foundations I have ever tried in my life. Now for concealer, I only really have one option that I really like right now, besides my NARS one. Of course, you can use NARS, but I don't want something so heavy and drying under my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is $7. I know you all have heard about it all over YouTube and on my channel, and I promise you it is worth the hype. It is supposed to be a Tarte Shape Tape dupe, but to be honest, I think this one is so much better. Okay, so I'm just going to blend it out also with my Beauty Blender. Now, do you see how it gave me a lot more coverage under my eyes, but it's still not so drying? It's very luminous looking. I mean, it's matte, but not too matte. I would say it's more a demi matte. So one of the best tricks for summer that I can give you is after you put on your foundation and your concealer and everything has been blended out, go in with either the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, or you can use Maybelline Master Fix spray, and you're going to spray that over your foundation, and that's going to lock everything into place. It's going to just set it on there before you do your powder. And we're just gonna let this set on, and it's just gonna kind of dry it out a little bit and really set it down to where it's nice and dry on your face. Honestly, I could probably go without powder, but just to really lock it in, I'm gonna just set around the places where I tend to crease up, which, you know, when you're getting older, it happens around your laugh lines and my eyes. So for the setting powder, I do have a higher end and a drugstore version for you, and both are heavily used on my channel. One is the MAC Patrick Star Patrick powder, and then the other one is Airspun. Both are phenomenal. Both will lock your makeup into place, but for today's sake, I am going to go in with the Patrick powder because this is one of my all-time favorites ever of any powder. Okay, I'm just going to take my Morphe little red sponge and just dab this under my eyes, almost like I'm baking, but we are not going to be baking, at least not a cake. And I don't really bake my eyes either because I do have a lot of texture, and women of my age and people who have a lot of texture and wrinkles like I do, baking really dries us out a lot more, and it's not a very pretty look. It ends up making you look a lot older than you are, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So again, we're just going to take that into the crevice of the nose and take that down my crease lines. And don't worry, we are going to blend this all out. I'm not going to leave myself looking crazy. And then I'm also going to take a little bit on my sponge and just pop that on my chin. All the places I tend to get really oily. Now that I have the Patrick powder set there, I'm actually going to go in with my Airspun and use it to kind of carve out my face a little bit. I'm also going to take the contour little angled side of the the Morphe sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and cut down like so and kind of bake this area a little bit. And again, like I said, I don't actually bake too much. I do like to go over with some powder though, and this is just gonna really ensure the longevity of my face staying intact. And then I'm just going to go in with a powder brush and literally just take a tiny bit, dust off any excess, and I'm going to hit my nose and the center of my forehead. And then we're going to take that same brush and just kind of brush away any of the extra powder. With all that powder just whited us out, I am going to go in with my bronzer, and I'm going to use the Physicians Formula palette. Ooh! I'm going to use the Physicians Formula palette and just go ahead and put some color back into my face. I am using the light to medium palette because this one creates a little bit more of a natural bronze. And again, this palette is only $11.88. You guys have heard me just rave about it on my channel because it is the most amazing And this is going to put all the color back in my face, and I think I went a little too ham with the blush, or with the bronzer, but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and blend it out. These steps are optional. I am going to go ahead and contour a little bit with the Hoola bronzer. Again, optional. And if you are my skin tone, you can use for like a drugstore option, you can use the Physicians Formula in medium to deep, and it's literally like a great dupe for a color for the Hoola bronzer. So but I am going to go in with the Hoola bronzer to contour just a little bit more, even though that bronzer kind of did the most for me. But like I said, I don't tan, so I've got to create a lot of color on my face. And now I'm going to go ahead and just blend everything out. Okay, so now is my favorite part. It is highlighting, and this is good for any summertime routine because the sun is just going to hit your face and make you look so glorious. And the best summertime bronzer right now, best summertime highlighter right now is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight. God, why can't I think? In the color, well, actually both colors are fabulous, both of them. So we have Full Moon and Galactic. For a higher end, you can go with the Omrezi highlighter, but I actually prefer this one over that one. This one, the reason I like this one so much is it stays just glowing all day long, and it's a cream to powder, kind of like it's actually almost the same formula as ColourPop's, only I feel like this one's a little bit more powder, so it's a little bit easier to work with and blend than the ColourPop. And if you have texture like I do, or any kind of wrinkles or huge pores, this one is the first one that is kind of really glittery and glowy that doesn't accentuate those fine lines and pores. I cannot say enough about this highlighter. This is the best highlighter I've ever used in my whole entire life, and I mean that. And you guys know I'm a highlighter junkie. Like, I love glowing to the gods, to outer space. All the aliens know me because they see me beaming up there. It is just the best highlighter in the whole world. I'm going to go in and mix both Full Moon and Galactic, and I'm going to show you the magic. You guys, are you guys prepared to see the magic that is this freaking highlighter? You guys ready? I don't know if you're ready. I'm going to show you right now. Look at this. Holy moly. Like, look at this highlighter, you guys. I go really, really ham with it because I love glowing to the gods hardcore. Don't worry, this is going to be blended out, I promise. And like I said, I am going to blend it out. I'm going to take a little bit down the bridge of my nose and right at the tip just to give a little glow. Just a little glow. And then right at my Cupid's bow. So then what I do, just to blend it out a little bit, I go back in with my bronzer brush, and I don't add any product or anything to it. I just literally blend it out so it's not so harsh. So my favorite summertime blushes are the Japanesque blushes. I have some in their contour palette that are amazing, or now I love the Butter Bronzer blushes. They give you just a nice soft, a nice subtle sweep of color without being too harsh, but they also give you such a nice glow. So if you like a more matte look, I do recommend going in with the Japanesque. They are a little bit more matte, but the Butter blushes are very inexpensive, and they do give you a nice sweep of color and give you that little summertime glow on your cheeks. So I'm just going to sweep the color in the light palette, which is called Natural Glow. And I think this actually has a little bit of highlighter in it too, but that's okay. I don't mind it. For brows, I'm not going to do anything different than what I normally do because my brow routine is already sweat-proof, bulletproof, waterproof, because of the fact that I don't want my brows to go anywhere regardless of what season it is. So my brows are pretty much bulletproof, you know. I do have a few products I will share with you if you want to go balls to the wall bulletproof. One of the products, if you want to make sure your stuff is completely waterproof and not going anywhere, I recommend the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. This stuff is whoa. This stuff will literally, your eyebrows will stay in place for 2 days. This stuff is hardcore and it's not very expensive. They also have Wonder 2, which is Wonder Brow. Same stuff, same exact stuff. This one's a little bit cheaper, so I actually recommend this one. The colors run very dark, so make sure, keep that in mind. But this stuff is definitely bulletproof. But what I'm going to use is my ABH Dip Brow, because what I do is I use my dip brow to create my brow, and then I go over it with a brow powder. And right now I've been using the Smashbox Shape Matters Eyes. This is a contouring and eyebrow palette. You can use this for any, and a liner palette. You can use it for any part of your eyes, but I use this brown right here, and I go over and create my little brow hairs. Because I'm setting the brow gel with powder, this is going to make sure that my eyebrows are going nowhere. But I have also gone swimming with my eyebrow stuff, and my eyebrows didn't go anywhere. So that's why I know that this is completely, you know, locked in. So now I'm just going to go in with my ABH Dip Brow. God, I can't talk today. See why I do voiceovers and not talk-throughs? Number one, my talk-throughs, we will be here forever. This video is probably like 5 hours long. So if you are still with me, thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to go in and set it down with some brow powder, and like I said, I'm going to use the dark brown right here in the palette, and I'm going to go into the front of the brow first and just create little thin, kind of mimic little brow hairs, even though this one's kind of thick. Okay, so then I switch brushes to my actual brow, it's the R44 by Morphe, and I take that same powder, and what I do is I just go in and do the rest of the brow here. And the reason why I switch is because this one is a little bit thicker and it covers more ground, so it gets the job done just a little bit quicker. That's the only reason why I use this one, or why I switch off and do this one. Bet you anything, my eyebrows are completely bulletproof. You are not going to be able to budge these in a swimming pool. You are not anywhere. You can try to rub your fingers across them. They're not going anywhere. My brows are staying put. So for my summertime eye look, I'm going to be using one of my favorite summertime palettes, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I do have a dupe for it that's lower end, like I promised. I would be doing high and low end. So I got this on Amazon. This is the Beauty Glazed Textured Eyeshadow Palette, which is a complete rip-off, knockoff for it. So here is the inside of both of them. This is the Beauty Glaze, this is the Huda. I mean, come on, like completely identical. Well, for the most part, identical, very similar. So this one cost me less than $10. I want to say I paid like $8 for it on Amazon. This one's a little more expensive, but this one definitely packs more of a punch. The pigments are better, but this one will get the job done too, you guys. It even comes with the glitter. I actually almost like the glitter in this one better than this one. So they're about the same, but I feel like this one in the Beauty Glazed actually works a little better in my opinion. One thing that I will say that a tip that I'm going to give you guys for eyeshadow in case you have an issue with oily eyelids or you're worried about you know, sweating and your eye makeup coming off, is I like to use some kind of primer, but I like to use like a cream eyeshadow as a primer because it, for some reason, it just grabs onto the eyeshadow, but it also gives a little extra oomph to it, if that makes any sense. So I like to either, like for the look I'm going to do today, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, and it's this beautiful gold, and I've used it quite a bit, as you can see, but a lot of times I'll lay down like a ColourPop eyeshadow underneath. Or another great option is Maybelline has these color tattoo type of shadows. They have them in this version, or they also have them in the little jar version, and these are great to lay down to put underneath your shadows, and they are going to just lock everything into place. Summertime, I do like to keep things a little bit more simple. I don't like you know, especially for daytime, I usually like to do just a simple transition color and then a nice little sparkly highlighted type of eyes. So I'm going to go in with Eden as my transition color. Now, just to give a tiny bit more dimension to my crease, I am going to go in with Oud. I don't know. I don't know what that word says. It's O-U-D. I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to pack this on. Ooh, child, I forgot how pigmented these were. Lord Huda. God, it's been a long time since I've used this palette. Okay, so now that that's packed on, I'm just going to use the Morphe M139 and blend. These shadows really do blend like a dream. They blend out so beautifully, and they lay on top of each other so nicely. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow, which is this beautiful gold color. It's actually in the color Toast, it says. Oh, it is so stunning, you guys. As far as cream shadows, this is one of the best cream shadows that I've ever used. As far as pigment goes, as far as it not creasing, e.l.f. really did a great job with these. Now what I'm going to do is go over, oh, it's so pretty though. I could really leave it like this, but I am going to go over it and set it down with Celestial, which is this beautiful goldy, sandy gold color. Okay, so we're going to set this down with Celestial. And I am going to go back in and blend everything together. So now I'm going to go back in with that dark brown, that OUD or however you say it, and just blend those two together. I'm just setting down a little bit more here with whatever is on the brush. And then I'm going to go back in with my M139. And the reason I'm using this one is this one comes to a point, so it gets right into the crease. And we're just going to blend this out again and blend those two together. Okay, so now for under my eyes, on my lower lash line, I'm going to take Eden. Whoop, and I'm just going to sweep that underneath all the way across. And I am going to take, because I'm not going to be using a dark liner on the bottom, I'm just going to be taking this flat brush by Morphe. And this came in the Essential Eyes kit, so it doesn't have a number to it. And I'm just going to dust this just at the outer corner of the lash line and just kind of sweep that up into here so that way it all blends together. And it'll help open the eyes up just a little bit more and give it a little bit of definition. And it does make it look a little bit more glam. So this would be more of a summer night look that I would do. Now for eyeliner, we don't want too much eyeliner going on, only because usually in swimming situations or with sweat, we don't want all these dark colors running down our face. So until I find an absolute 100% waterproof liner or gel liner, because none of them are 100%. And I'm actually just going to line my waterline with this cream color. You can actually skip this part if you want. I'm just doing this because I have super small eyes. And this helps open my eyes up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take this bronze color by NYX. And this one also claims to be waterproof. I will say though, when I tried washing this one off my hand, when I swatched it, it was very, very hard to wash off. So it definitely is water resistant, but I'm just gonna sweep this on my waterline in my upper lash line. Now, a great waterproof mascara that is super duper waterproof is the Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof Mascara. This stuff is not going anywhere. I don't have a high-end one that I use that is waterproof, only because I really don't buy too many high-end mascaras, and when I do, they're usually not waterproof. So this is the only one that I know of from the drugstore that is just like hardcore waterproof, is not going anywhere. So this is what I'm going to use, and I just got it in the color black. And I'm just doing this to prep my eyes for falsies. You do not have to wear falsies. As a matter of fact, usually for a summertime waterproof look, I recommend you don't if you don't have to. But as you can see, Mama Glam Doll don't have any lashes, so I have no choice but to wear lashes. In essence, this doesn't look bad without falsies. This look actually looks okay, but I'm very insecure without having my falsies on, so I am going to go in with falsies today. And the ones that I am going to use is the Faux Mink Demi Wispies, and I like the Demi Wispies for an everyday look only because, oh, by the way, these are by Ardell. I like the Demi Wispies because they are not too much. They're not too voluminous. They don't block out all the eye looks. They're a lot more natural, especially the wispy look. So this is what I am going to use for today, and I'm not using any other eyeliner because, again, like I said, I want to keep this as simple, as simple, because we all know this was not the most simple look, but I want to keep it as simple as possible for me. I'm almost out of my favorite color, Hunty, and I'm really sad. I need to find another one. I swear I use this color almost every single day, but it just goes with every single look, and Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks are the most comfortable liquid lipsticks out of any of them. They're the only ones that I could wear all day comfortably. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little lip topper on this. I'm going to use Rose Gold by Jouer to give it a little bit of a shimmer, and plus I'm a gloss queen, especially in the summertime. I just it looks so, you know, makes your lips look juicy and gorgeous. And Jouer has the best lip toppers, but you can use any gloss you want. As a matter of fact, Jordana has some really, really gorgeous lip toppers right now that are really inexpensive. So I just wanted a little more of a glossy look, and glosses are making a comeback, you guys. I'm telling you, matte liquid lipsticks are going to be a thing of the past here soon. Watch. Just kidding, they're totally not. But, but glosses are really making a comeback compared to what they were. So for setting sprays, I'm going to give you guys a couple options that really, really lock everything in. For drugstore, again, you can use the Master Fix by Maybelline, or the, where'd it go? The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish. This is really going to lock everything in, and it's super cheap. If you have really dry skin, you can use their natural finish one that they just came out with. Either that, or wait, the matte one's the one they just came out with. I don't know. One of them they just came out with. Or you can use All Nighter. This one's going to completely lock everything in. This is proven to work. But I'm going to go in with my Morphe setting spray because my face is already super dry right now. So I'm just going to use this to set everything in. Plus, I'm obsessed with the mister on this one. It is just such a fine mist. But if you really want everything locked in, I really recommend the all-nighter spray. That one works the best out of all of them. Okay, you guys, this is the final look on locking in all of your makeup for summertime. I mean, this makeup's not going anywhere. You can go run around in 120-degree weather and it's not gonna budge, you guys. So I hope this was helpful. This is my summertime everyday glam type of look that I use to get ready to lock everything into place. So I hope it helps somebody out there. I know not everybody likes to wear this much makeup, but I hope the options that I gave you do help you in the end. So I hope everybody who is a mom out there has a wonderful Mother's Day, and I hope everybody who has a mama out there goes and celebrates and enjoys their time with their mama. Don't forget, we do have our giveaway going on right now. It will be running until the 18th, so make sure you go in the description box down below and get your entries in. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in a few days. Bye!